DoorDash is testing a controversial new feature, and it's already raising some serious eyebrows. It could potentially be a big problem for Dashers. What is it? Well, DoorDash wants Dashers to take pictures of customers holding their food for hand-it-to-me orders. Yep. You heard that right. We are going to cover today what this new feature is, why it is a bad idea for drivers and customers, privacy and legality problems, could this stop fraud, and what can possibly be a better solution. When I saw this at first, I didn't know what I was looking at because it looks like a regular leave at door photo with a customer just holding a bag. Okay, maybe the customer put leave at door and they were waiting for the Dasher. Well, we've all done that, right? Taking a picture as the customer's going back in their house. But that's not what this is. DoorDash is testing in some markets that you have to take a picture of the customer holding the bag of food for a hand-it-to-me customer. Wait, what? First, my first reaction to this was, this will go over really well with a customer. How many customers will absolutely love getting their picture taken? Wow, DoorDash. Every time I think a new feature is worse than the last one, this one, in my opinion, is just stupid. There is so much that can go wrong, which we'll go into in just a little bit. Ultimately, if a customer just didn't steal or make false claims, we wouldn't even be talking about this, but it's sad that we actually are. But let's break down this new feature completely. Why is this a big problem for Dashers? Well, picture this. You arrive at the customer's door, you ring the doorbell, then the customer goes to grab their food from you. Now you have to say, "Oh, wait, ma'am, sir, I have to take a picture of you holding the bag." You can get a reaction from anywhere to, "Okay," to, "No way am I doing that." Are you prepared as a Dasher to deal with all of these emotions customers will give you by doing this? Here is what all drivers will have to deal with. The customer who hates getting their picture taken. Some people come to the door in robes. I had one time a female come to the door in her bra only. But what if the customer just won't take the photo? What if a kid or a minor comes to the door? That's a whole different problem. As a parent, would you be okay with a random Dasher taking a picture of your kid or teenager? What if the customer became confrontational or irate? What if they put "hand it to me" because their order is always wrong and no one gets the order right, and now you are going to get the brunt of their anger because you will now be asking to take their picture on top of it? Yeah. Recipe for disaster. Oh, and you can't forget the last one. They just flat out refuse and walk right back into the house. Could you see any of these scenarios happening to you? Let me know in the comments. For all of these scenarios that I just covered, what do you think the customer will do as soon as they get back to the phone? Well, they're either going to call support and complain how horrible this is, or, as always, and then they give you a 1 star. Who gets the brunt of most of the customer problems? The Dasher. As a customer, I waited too long. It's the Dasher. I was missing an item. It was the Dasher. I was the second stop instead of the first stop. It's the Dasher's fault. And it's stupid that the driver wants a photo of me. Blame, blame, blame. But it's really DoorDash to blame, but we're the face that the customer actually sees. I think we have all been customers at DoorDash at some point, or any kind of food delivery. I always put myself in the shoes of the customer when something new rolls out, and what I think my response would be. Would I be happy? Probably not. Would I take the picture? I would honestly be one of those customers who would probably take the food and walk right back in the door. If you want to get a picture, you're going to have to take a picture of my back walking back into my house. And you'll have to be quick on the draw before you miss it. How would you react if you were this customer getting the food that you already paid for and now a Dasher wants an actual picture of you? Could there be legality and privacy issues? Absolutely. Privacy to me, that's a no-brainer, especially if a customer doesn't want their picture taken or a picture of a minor taken without the consent of the parent being a huge privacy issue. While DoorDash may argue that these photos would only be used to dispute resolution, can customers still trust DoorDash with their personal data? In this case, their photo. Is it secure? What happens if these photos get leaked or misused? I know we're going far-fetched on this one, just like every one of your datas can be breached at some point. Could there ever be a data breach? I don't know. Possibly. I feel like data breaches are a common thing these days. We've seen time and time again that digital platforms can be vulnerable to data breaches, and customers will be rightfully concerned about their photos going in the hands of the wrong people. But how long will they be stored? Who has access to them? We don't know those answers. But legally, I don't know much in this department. I'm sure DoorDash has consulted with their legal team, but I do know that in some states, you have to be careful. Taking photos without explicit consent can lead DoorDash in some legal hot water, because I know there are specific laws in certain states. This feature could lead to legal challenges or complaints from customers who feel their privacy has been violated. Despite all the negativity behind this new feature, could it actually prevent fraud from happening? Could it actually help the drivers and protect their accounts? It definitely has the potential. It will give customers pause to report false claims that they didn't receive their order. If they know a picture of them actually holding the food exists, that's a pretty bold move to still say, nope, never got the order. As they say, a picture is worth 1,000 words. In this case, it's worth not getting a contract violation. The only funny thing I can picture is a couple of weeks ago, I got a false claim for a customer who reported a whole grocery order missing. Can you imagine? Hey, I need to take a picture of you holding that big case of water, say cheese. However, I wouldn't have gotten the contract violation. Or would I? Hear me out on this one. How many times have we had pictures submitted in an order at drop-off, and when the customer reports they never received the order, you get a violation and you think, why didn't they just look at the picture I just took at the customer's house to prove that I actually did the drop-off? They take word of the customer always. My question: will this actually do anything except piss the customer off? If a customer reports an order not delivered, will they still send out a contract violation first and investigate later? Because that's usually how it's done. If that's the case, it's really all for nothing. On top of that, what's not to prevent a Dasher from taking one picture, keeping it on their phone, and then using the same picture every time this actually pops up? It kind of defeats the purpose. But what are the easier solutions? They already have sign for features where the customer signs your phone, which I absolutely hate. Some stranger taking my phone and using my own personal phone. Ugh. My personal favorite, and the one I think is the most effective, is the PIN number. How would a driver know the PIN number unless the customer actually gave it to them? Uber Eats has been doing the PIN number for years, and it works. I just wish it was done on all hand it to me customers and being more consistent, letting the customers know that they can't really get away with anything. What do you think of this new feature? Do you think it will be effective? I feel like it goes hand in hand with that new scam I mentioned in this video right here, where the customer reports an item damaged or missing. Check this one out next.